God.
Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant No, sir. Reporting for duty, sir.
This is like 15 times worse than Danganronpa, because not only do I have to say their names every time they come up, but I also have to do it for like so many more characters.
Myself, I am employed as the...
and employ as the purveyor of fine articles and antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasude as humble premises in the 2nd District.
Question. Why do we have 2 witnesses?
Koritaka Puta at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
They were on a date, your honor. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios which with our make my business.
Holy fuck.
Can't understand what I'm gonna say.
He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. Wait, would it be French if it was La Carnival? Mm-hmm. Because wouldn't there be Le? So I'm thinking it's more like... What would La be? Would it be a... Oh, God. I wanted to say Spanish, but that doesn't seem right.
That would be L.
Spain is a European country.
I mean... L.
Yeah, that would also be L. No, then it would be French.
It would be Italian.
But is Carnival Italian?
I don't know.
He seeks out potential customers who have an interest in antiques and He's soliciting! That's soliciting! You can't do that! He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with a rich client. Dude! Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Of what accord? Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of the most atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who had unloaded his firearm, sir.
I want to make him I want to make him fucking the most military, but I gotta hold back because I have the illusion that they're a little Japanese. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. Witnesses. That's the same thing as evidence in my book. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Uh-huh. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start.
Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon.
What the witnesses saw.
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
They were on a date!
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Oh, that's already a fucking...
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my
Huh? mysteriously absconded precious curio. It just fucking disappeared? We got an invisible man here stealing shit and blowing shit up and...
Well,
I was more on the thing that the soldier
Yeah, no, I mean...
witnessed everything, and the guy was on his knee, hands and knees. I'm surprised you didn't catch that. They were on a date.
The feeling you get when you're out and you're getting a blowy in a restaurant and nobody's witnessing, and you watch the precise moment of a man murdering another man. That's what it feels like to drive a Ford truck. You saw a split second when the defendant fired the weapon.
I'm getting all the accents mixed up.
You saw... no.
You saw.
You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Sir, yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. A cruel and unforgivable enemy. War times we live in, wherein an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day.
Why do you have a knife?
Why do you have a knife? This is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. The knife is actually a flaming butter knife, and that's where the scorch marks came from. So it was the old man that killed him. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes. All I did was pick up the gun I saw lying on the floor. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting.
So what, you didn't even hear the gunshot go off?
Yeah. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up...
Oh.
Ah, interesting. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Yeah, you dumbass. Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? I'm a dumbass. I don't know what that means.
I was born just a couple minutes ago.
Do it now.
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice.
Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. I do without word, Ned. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the...
24.
What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst?
25? I mean the defense demands its right to a cross-examination.
What's that? I've never heard of it.
Dear me, let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How do you know?
And aren't you always supposed to have a cross-examination?
Yes, we're in a fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Turbulent time of history and change. I doubt that anything's set in stone. That's the game's excuse to be like, we can just throw shit at the wall. It's Ace Attorney. You're not looking for rules and logic. You're looking for goofy shit. The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. They fucking interview a pair. They cross-examine a pair in the first game, and that's like the most down-to-earth game. The parrot game is
the parrot. I thought you said a pear. Like what?
You know. Either way, the defendant obviously has no experience. How could he possibly carry out a cross-examination like this, bitch? The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. So he's a swallower, I see.
So commanding.
That's why he's the top.
Let the defense conduct cross-examination of the witnesses.
Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination.
It
Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? They were lying? You didn't fire the gun, which means that the soldier said what the soldier said has to be a lie. Obviously. It's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right. Evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves what the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. Yeah. I fucking love the animations of this game.
Alright. Oh, nothing. What? Mine didn't make a sound. I'm sorry. I'm so little.
Oh, it's so great. I'm gonna turn the AC on. It's gonna be loud. Hey, you put that away. I don't even need to listen to this. Oh, the beefsteak, obviously. What am I doing? Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique? Yes! I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Alright then. How is the beefsteak? This beefsteak. Yeah! What kind of food is that? I've never heard of beef. Attention! Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal, vigorously. It's not always veal. Unless beefsteak is, it's just steak. Right? Vigorously cooked on the cast iron grill and served piping. Of course, actually, I guess it is Japan. So, being in a Western restaurant, and they've already established that it's like a high class place, they probably would do veal because it's like the whole thing is like McDonald's here, it fucking sucks, but in other countries it's delicious. Like it's actually like gourmet shit. If food could receive medals of honor, beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet. I mean, he's not fucking wrong. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So next question. I'm all out of questions. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of food is that? Are you fucking kidding me? Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in bread. Ooh, that sounds amazing. Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your times, and when you're released from prison, try it! That's so good. It's a crime that this game was not released in the West sooner than this year. On the double, sir.
Sorry
to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Oops, sorry, I'll do my best. So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of crying noise? Negative! Well, at least we've learned that he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. I don't actually hear it. I'm I got a fucking achievement. It's not easy knowing what questions to ask. Yeah, we're playing the Switch version because I'm a filthy casual and I wanted I wanted the physical version. That's literally the only reason why I got it on the Switch, because I wanted to fucking hold it in my hands. Okay. No. Discharged. No. Black uniform and fire, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Well, I have an objection to that!
Yes! Shouldn't you have done the picture?
You're right. Damn it! What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting this wad of papers in my mustache. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. Practically gets me every fucking time. What nonsense! What can this document possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, for starters... I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. This screen cap, we'll just have that on hand. Just... Anytime you're just like, you know how the case is going to play out in the game, but you don't know what piece of evidence you need in that moment.
Actually, you know what? I'm not aware.
Okay. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. Shit. I failed. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. So to spell it out would be an insult to the court. So I got it right then. Kazuma, what? You're agreeing with me? It's apparent from a single glance at the post-mortem report presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. Actually, I'm glad that I did that, because, like, you raised the point that, yeah, it should be the picture. I already am kind of wondering, would the picture not have counted? Because then they would have been like, it's a hole from the front, but the bullet would have passed right through. And you're like, no, that's not what I needed.
Then you add the other one because the autopsy says it doesn't pass through.
I mean, yeah, like, logically, yes, we could do that. But the game has a precise process that it wants you to do things in. And if you go off script, you fail. These virtual novels are very fucking easy and relatively speaking, in terms of video games to make, because, like, you don't have to do much. There's not a whole lot of ways. The player already either does things right or they don't. Sergeant Yese. Sergeant. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir, affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir. Yes. Hi! But no, that just can't be. I wish they had kept the highs in. Why not, cadet? Because, Kazuma... I do everything. As is clearly stated in the post-mortem report, fatal hemorrhage from the pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through the body. The photographic... Okay, so maybe the photograph would have counted. The photographic print of the victim clearly shows the same thing. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind.
That's not where the chest is.
That's not where your chest is. Do you know where your chest is? And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? What the fuck?
There's a baby! So we did have those mysterious wah noises.
What the fuck?
What was that? It's a lady with a wig.
They're the fucking... He's a single father, and they're dating. I can't handle this. I ship it so hard. What the fuck? What was that? Something just popped up. I'm in fucking tears right now. I can't even read.
But he's a single father.
Oh my god. Alright, hold on. Gotta wipe the dust out of my eyes. There we go. Something popped up from behind.
So what were you saying? What were you shipping for?
Oh, I'm shipping the single father. Oh my god. And the old man is his sugar daddy.
That's fine.
Something just popped up from, or rather, nah, it would be the opposite because the old man needs the money, so it would be sugar baby, but like the sugar baby is the younger man and he pays. Yeah, whatever. You get it.
Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy. I'm just not even gonna fucking talk about that. There's a clear discrepancy with the facts here.
And the fact that he is sitting above so we can
Yes.
definitely see this thing
Totally
behind
see it.
him.
Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. What?
Last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Lee...
Sergeant.
Yes, Nosa? God damn it! God damn it!
What, you get
Nah,
you
it's the pun! It's the pun! Yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, sir, no, sir.
Yep. No, now that you said it.
Fuck! Fuck! I can't believe they can. Ah!
So that's why we have incredibly hard names.
Even Japanifized. They kept the fucking puns. Every name in Ace Attorney is a fucking pun. You just have to figure it out. I did not see the defendant firing a gun at all. Fuck! That's absurd! I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor in this grand courtroom. Yay! I don't get anything for it because the Switch doesn't have achievements, but whatever. It's still cool. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. He said the thing!
He said the thing!
But I definitely saw him. The university cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Hi. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor.
And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? I was giving him a blowjob under the table. I already said this. Myself, I've been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Jesus! Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing?
Do I really need to demonstrate on you, Sonny?
For sure.
No! No!